Alright, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to show you guys every single cheapest team, every single battle tower. I probably worded that wrong, but I don't care. Listen, I'm going to show you guys for every single tower, the cheapest team from battle tower until forest tower. Kind of like an ultimate guide for people that don't have the best cards, but these are all the cheapest teams that I can find for every single battle tower, and they do work. It's just that at some point when you get to these higher towers, it will become even more RNG with what you have. And some teams, like I'm gonna be honest with you, the cheapest teams in the higher towers, you will need to have Rainbow Divine Emperor if you want to know a team that works. Mind you, they're all RNG. Listen, guys, if I say cheap, the reason why it's cheap for the higher towers, for example, Rainbow Divine Emperor, is because that is literally the cheapest card that you can use to actually beat it. And mind you, I'm telling you that I'm saying beat it, not just clear until what floor 150. But obviously, for everything, there will be some RNG, and all the teams do work. It's just that it comes down to RNG. You know, it literally just comes down to RNG in a fight, like who up against every single time. But let's just get straight into it. First, here's today's sponsor.
If you play grind-heavy mobile games, you already know your baddie gets to start trying to AFK farm all day. So I started using VS Phone, which is basically a cloud Android phone that runs your games online 24/7, meaning your farming keeps going even when your real phone is locked or offline. So while I'm doing literally anything else, the game is still grinding resources, leveling up, and farming events automatically. In Anime Card Clash, for example, that I play right here. And I use this to farm, so I don't have to, you know, worry about my electricity bills, so I can just keep having my PC off or my mobile off, and this is doing in the background. If you want to try 24/7 AFK cloud gaming for yourself, I'll put my referral link in the description. For example, you go right here, you see on my description, you can see the My VS Phone link. You click on it, and then it says Shenzo invites you to register for VS Phone. You can either sign with Google, sign with Facebook, and once you sign in, you get a free cloud server. So all you gotta do, click in, sign in, pretty much explanatory on what you need to do next. Thank you for VS Phone for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the video.
The first thing we have is Battle Tower. Listen, for Battle Tower, pretty easy. For Battle Tower, right here, as you can see, you can use this team, cheapest team, the Sword Saint team, 3 Sword Saints, because they buff Sword Saint. Then you have Vase of Greed on 3 of them, and then you put Shinobi cells for her to get some HP every time she kills someone. If you already have a secret version of her, then use that, but otherwise you can use the Rainbow version. It should beat the entire battle tower. This one right here, the battle tower right here, from floor 1 to 250. So this is the cheapest team that I can find, and you can use this. It will beat into floor 250. Let's just get straight to the next tower, which is actually the Watery Depths Tower, and I'll show you guys real quick the cheapest team for that. For the Watery Depths Tower, the second one right here, you will need, or the cheapest team is, you use Piercing Sword Saint, the same team as the Battle Tower. Mind you, you do need, I forgot to mention also on the first tower, you do need ideally a red trait on the Sword Saint. So try to at least get a red trait, which means Blessed Overlord. I think that one's called Overlord or One Above All. And same team, literally the same thing as the other team. And then the deck 2 is actually 3 Forest Sages with Dragon Tyrant and 4 Galaxy Heroes. If you guys already have Dragon Tyrant, then you were able to get him. You can also use one of the Chainsaw Man cards as well. If you grind that, if you're able to grind that, you can also do that. But if you already have Dragon Tyrant, cheapest team is you use this guy, 4 Galaxy Heroes, 4 Sage, and then ideally have a red trait on your Dragon Tyrant, and it should be able to clear. Then for the Frozen Landscape Tower, again, you can literally use the same teams. I don't know why I did the whole pause thingy, but you can use the same teams for the Frozen Landscape Tower. Nothing really changes. You can use this deck again, this one, and if you have Dragon Tyrant, which I think most people already have, to be honest, because I said it, but you know, like 2 videos, 3 videos, get this guy, you know what I'm saying? As you said in like 3 videos, get this guy. And yeah, just literally the same teams. Ideally have a red trait on your damage dealer, like Sword Saint have ideally have a red trait. Literally the same thing what I said from the last tower. Literally the exact same. Then we have Stone Citadel Tower, which is again actually the same, which is also again the same thing you can use for Stone Citadel. Like literally the same, this is the same teams you can use, literally the same thing for Stone Citadel Tower. This one, you use the exact same, like you can use this team or you can use this team again. I think also, but no, actually, my bad. You do need, I just noticed, you do need red secret Sword Saint for this. You cannot use Rainbow. You do need the secret version now of her for her to be actually really good. Because you know she needs more damage than otherwise in Rainbow. Mind you, make sure she is level 100. And yeah, for this one you will need a secret Sword Saint for the Stone Citadel Tower. And yeah, and the same thing is with the other team as well. The Dragon Tower. Same thing, you can use this team as well if you have. And then the other tower is right here, Infernal Depths Tower. Just again the same teams you can use, literally the same teams you can use again for this Infernal Depths Tower, literally this team or deck 2. Lunar Tower is literally the same thing again, as I said, either use deck 2 or use the Dragon Tyrant team or you use the Sword Saint team, which would also beat it as well. And then for the Light Fairy Tower, now it's getting to the point where you cannot use this team anymore. You can't use this team. So cheapest team is technically this one. Mind you, I hope most people have this card because I said it, but this is literally the cheapest team, cheapest card you could have gotten. This card you could have gotten at the start of the game, like that easily. Like I got him on a free-to-play account in like the first episode or something. Like I'm not like this guy is like most free to get. But if like you're really new to the game and you do not have them, I would recommend doing the Chainsaw Man event here. And for me personally, I would try to get Bomb Fiend. I'm pretty sure Bomb Fiend should be one of a good characters. You should try to get Bomb Fiend. And then I would try to get Denji. Like try to get at least one of the cards in Rainbow, which you will have to grind. And you can use that instead of Dragon Tyrant, and it should be like kind of the same thing. You should be able to beat the Light Tower. And then we have the Rebels Tower, which is actually literally the same thing again. Like you use Dragon Tyrant again, use the Dragon Tyrant, same team. So it's the same cheap team, Dragon Tyrant. Then we have Android Tower, which is, I'll tell you right now, for Android Tower, this is kind of a unique team. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this team real quick. So this team is for Android Tower, as I said again, Android Tower, and this is the team right here. You have Sunblade Shinigami for the burn damage, which is basically, you know, burn nuke with Fox Cloak, and then the second card is basically, second card can be swapped with any damage dealers, basically any quad, and the third can be swapped with any good Rainbow card, like for example Raffle Sin, for example, in Rainbow you can replace him here. And if you have those cards in that you have like basically your strongest basically any damage dealer card, like your basically any quad in the second slot, and the third slot a good Rainbow, you need to have good traits on them, have good red traits on them. Well, good red traits, you basically just need red traits, Blessed, Overlord, or One Above All, and then you just need Undead King in the back. Use them in gold, doesn't matter. Gold, I think gold would preferably. Doesn't really matter, I think, but you can use gold and then Slayer Mark. And again, I'm explaining it again because some people don't listen to me. Second card is basically any quad or swapped with any damage dealers, like a really good card. And the third one can be swapped with any good Rainbow card, for example, Raffle Sin, and should be able to beat the entire Android Tower. There is a lot of RNG. Mind you, the cost is not too much. I would say it's kind of cheap, to be honest. It depends on what cards you have. But also, it has quite of a RNG. But I did use this team when Android Tower did come out. And I'm telling you, it does work to 4250. You would probably need to have your PC on or AFK it until you actually beat it. Just so you know, because it is higher RNG. But this is the cheapest team that you can use. Okay, we're going a little bit to the more important towers now. Wasn't it called? Now we have Tremor Tower. You can use this team right here, Cosmic Villain. So you need Secret Cosmic Villain specifically. You will need Secret Cosmic Villain because the thing is with Cosmic Villain, for each rarity they can only take so much damage or store so much damage. So with Cosmic Villain, I think you can go over to like 2 mil, I'm pretty sure. But the other ones can only go to like a mil or the only 500k. So use Secret Cosmic Villain with Null Blade, so it disables the opponent's ability. And then your second card is actually basically replace the second card with your strongest card that you have. So what it means is, if for example I'm using this guy, for example, let's say for example this guy's my strongest card, should work. But basically, if you guys don't have this card, then replace him with your strongest card that you have in your deck as a second slot, and then use Demonic Gift. Then you have Dragon Tyrant again in Rainbow, Shinobi Cells, and then Arc Priestess. You can actually use Golden Petal Mage here instead as well. You can also use Golden Petal Mage with you will probably need the Slayer Mark, but I think with her you don't really need, so you can put Spirit of Water. You can also do this with Golden Petal Mage if you guys want to use her instead. Should probably actually work better. So you can use her instead with Golden Petal Mage with Spirit of Water, and yeah, this should work. And then we have deck 1, which is basically the Divine Emperor team. Is Merge Beast, Rainbow, Fallen Knights, Forest Sage, Binding Light with Divine Emperor with Binding Vow, and then Arc Priestess with Truckcoon. Again, same thing. You can put Golden Petal Mage if you want, for example, in here as well. I'm pretty sure you might be better support, but it also works with Arc Priestess if you don't have Golden Petal Mage. Then for the next tower, which is the Darkness Tower. So for the Darkness Tower, this is the team that you can use, and I'll explain it real quick. So then you have so first off, you have Awaken Cliff's Bornhark with Binding Vow, and then your second card is your best card, Revive. It's a Revive recommended. So you would like more preferably you have your second card with a Revive. So for example, the X-axis he can revive, or you can use the Miracle. or I don't know who's another good revive. Let me think. Or you can use like maybe Undead Commander, for example. She also revives here. Basically cards that can revive. Then you will need Line of Justice Rainbow. This team specifically, like the cheapest team specifically, needs Line of Justice Rainbow in here with Mech Contract. Preferably, you will need Blessed Trait. You need Blessed Trait required on Line of Justice, like so you need the Blessed Trait on him. And then if you're using the gold Line of Justice, let's say you don't have the rainbow one, then switch to Power of Rebirth, but it's high RNG, so you need to switch to Power of Rebirth instead if you only have gold. But otherwise, if you have a rainbow, then use Mech Contract. And yeah, that's pretty much the team. Again, I'm explaining it again. Waking Gust Bonehart to get some heal. It's medium high RNG. Your second card is your best card with Revive recommended. And then Blessed Trait is required on Line of Justice Rainbow. You will need it in Rainbow, but if you only have it in Gold, then you will need to switch it to Power of Rebirth again, and there will be a higher RNG. So it won't be medium RNG, then it will be higher RNG if you only have Gold of Line of Justice. And then we have the deck 1 right here, which is Awakened Spawnhawk again with Awakened Sun Lion, and then you have Dragon Titan with Shinobi Cells, and then Golden Petal Mage with Spirit of Water, the other team that I showed before. But the third card can be replaced by other strong survival cards. So if you don't have this guy, then use another card that are like survival cards. Basically like Revive, Miracle, I don't know, Undead Commander, something like that. Basically survival cards that can survive and do some damage. That is the cheapest teams for the Dark Tower. Now we're gonna go to the Forest Tower, which is actually the last one right here. This is the Forest Tower. I'm gonna show you guys the team for this one real quick. Okay, so for this one, there's actually a lot of teams. Okay, so there's actually 4 teams for cheapest teams for the Forest Tower. The first one is this one right here, Merge Beast. Merge Beast can be any border, but higher is better, and Divine Emperor must have Blessed Trait on him. So instead, mine has Overlord. You will need Blessed Trait specifically for this deck 1 team. Right here, you need Merge Beast. Higher, as I said, higher border is better. And then you use only Shinobi, Fallen Knight, and then you have Awakened Spawnhawk, Binding Vow, and then you have Divine Emperor with Blessed Trait for this team specifically. So this team needs Blessed Trait, Divine Emperor, for it to work. And yeah, you can use this team. Should work and should get to the 4-250 and beat it. Then we have it's kind of actually before we switch to the next team, it is high RNG. So just so you know, it is a high RNG team because it's Forest Tower guys, and it's gonna be insanely high RNG, but should be able to beat it. Just depends on what enemies you're up against. Then we have deck 2, which is basically the same thing. Is you can say Forest Tower Cheese, same thing as the first one, but this is without Merge Beast. You can use Forest Sage with No Blade, only Shinobi, Fallen Knight, Awakened Spawnhawk, Binding Vow. Oh, I removed it. And then you have Divine Emperor. Have a red trait on Divine Emperor for this team. You just need a red trait on Divine Emperor, preferably like Blessed of Overlord or One Above All, red trait, and yeah, that's basically all you need for this team. Preferably, I guess you can also have a red trait on these cards as well, but not really necessary. I would recommend though overall to have a red trait on it because Bornhark, just saying. And then we have the deck 3, which is this team right here. Again, requires specifically Blessed Trait for Divine Emperor. So again, you will need Blessed Trait on Divine Emperor for this team. Then you have Thorn Maiden for basically health, for HP, and I guess again for HP, and also to reduce his damage. And you know, Divine Emperor with Blessed Trait for this team again. And then you have Yuno to counter the Gilded Captain at the end of the thing. So he counters this guy. If I can type this guy's name, he counters this guy right here and the Forest Tower, so should work, and it is high RNG though. And then last team is again, which is Divine Emperor again, is hard RNG again. This is hard RNG team, but is the cheapest that you can use for this. Is Golden Petal Mage, Null Blade, Oni Shinobi, Fallen Knight, Spawnhawk, Binding Vow, Divine Emperor. And again, the reason why these 4 decks are cheap, and as you can see, they're all Divine Emperor, because these are the teams. This is the cheapest version to beat Forest Tower. Okay, it's to beat it, not clear just some forest. It's to beat it. That's why they're called cheap teams. And literally, we're at the point where Forest Tower, but they have like what? They have so much HP and so much damage. Like this is the cheapest team that you can use. Otherwise, if you have good quads like me, you can just use them obviously and just breeze through. But for the people that don't have them, use this team and should get you really far. Yeah, that's pretty much every single team for every cheapest team for every single battle tower. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was kind of a long video, but hope it helps some people. I know people have been asking to updated teams for it. These are the teams that you can use. They all work. It's just that most of them, if you get to higher towers, they will have some RNG, guys. All right, just because they don't work the 20th time or something, I'm telling you, it's just RNG. Because listen, I'm telling you guys, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something real quick. If you're able to beat, for example, let's say a floor, right? Let's say you beat a floor from let's say you beat floor 1, okay? Let's say you beat floor 1. When you beat floor 1, right? If you beat it, that means you can beat the rest of the floors. So you can actually reach the 10. And if you can, that means you can basically beat the entire floor 1 to 10, if that makes sense. I'm telling you, most people don't know that, and they just think, oh, the team doesn't work because they lost at floor 188. It still works. It's just that it's RNG to what you're up against. That's just how the game is. It's RNG and who you're up against. Some teams, enemy team, you can beat them because they have the same stats, but if they don't have a broken passive, then you can beat it. But if you're against an enemy team, again, same thing, but they have broken passives, like you're up against a UG, then yeah, you're cooked. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if you even my quad, like I'm telling you, even with my quad, the team that I use, right? Even with the teams that I use with the Secret Dragon Tyrant or whatever, they still got cooked in Forest Tower against insane OP cards. Like, for example, Yuji. It doesn't matter what you have. Like, it's just, that's just how it is. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's just how it is, bro. Like, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.